You have everything you need to feel good in yourself, by yourself, and through yourself, I guess. You have it all right where you are. The appreciation is in yourself. It comes through you. It flows from the beauty of life around you, but it also flows from the beauty that you are. It's an uprising. Sometimes we talk about downloads. We get downloads. We get cosmic downloads. We get intuitive downloads, and we certainly do. But we also get uprisings as well. We get maybe they're uploads. Maybe we're uploading things to the galaxy too, because we get intuitions and things that come from inside, and they come up, and they shiver up your spine and make you feel good. And it's just like this raw, energetic joy, this data that just wants to be expressed, like a flower releasing its fragrance into the wind, and like a plant that is releasing its seeds up into the wind, and just, it doesn't really care where they take off. It doesn't really care where they land. It just wants to do it. Just putting it out there, just putting them out there. I feel like that's the best way to express yourself. And again, that feels good for me. I just like to put it out there. If that's what I'm feeling, that's what I'm feeling. I want to express my joy, I'll just do it. And if 1 million people see it or take to it, then wonderful. And if 5 people take to it, then wonderful. Because the thing is, it's like, after I've experienced the joy of that expression, that joy of that interactivity with myself and the spirit, and just the majesty of life is blooming in my heart, I'm not really concerned about. I guess it's just I've already kind of gotten what I've already gotten my gift out of it. And if somebody else wants to share in that, that's a decision that they make for themselves. For instance, an apple tree is growing fruit in the autumn, and it doesn't necessarily think, well, I'm not even going to bother this year because nobody picked my apples last year. The apple tree doesn't have that kind of attitude. The apple tree just grows, and it just grows, and it just grows. And, maybe all of its apples get eaten. Maybe none of its apples get eaten. But the thing is, the apple tree is not the one who's consuming its own fruit. It's the one that's producing its own fruit. It's just in the joy of creation. It doesn't necessarily matter what happens to the apples once they fall from the tree's limbs. And I feel that way a lot of, like, the things that I make a lot of art, and I make videos, and I play songs, and I record these messages and stuff like this. I don't really care what happens after this stuff leaves my mouth, or leaves my heart, or whatever. Whatever happens after this moment of expression, these moments of expression, that's entirely up to the people. That's entirely up to everyone else. That's got nothing to do with me. People can decide for themselves what resonates with them and what doesn't. For me, as far as I'm concerned, I feel that I really just want to express truth. I just want to express what's true. Here and now, where I am and as I am, and I just want to express that. And that's the message. That's, because it feels good to do it. I think that's real. So that's really what I'm getting. Because I started this talk off talking about balance, and doing stuff like this is what helps me get into balance. So that on its own is gift enough. I can express this energy. I can take some of the energies, you're interacting with some heavier energies, and maybe there's some emotion that's not being expressed in your family dynamic or in the people around you or whatever's going on, and then you kind of just bring awareness to those feelings in your body, into yourself, and then you just let it be expressed in a way that brings you into higher elevation, brings you into a more balanced, wider expansiveness inside of your own experience. And that's gift enough, And also that, way beyond any conventional measure, there's a harmonizing. Because when you're harmonizing in your own experience, you're harmonizing in your own field, you're linking up with everybody else who's at a similar frequency and who's maybe doing similar things, or who maybe needs to be inspired to do a similar thing. And that's way beyond any conventional measure. You can't measure that in likes that you get on social media or on YouTube, or amount of money that you make. You can't measure in those kind of conventional terms. This is something that far transcends the physical. It far transcends the material. It's consciousness interacting with consciousness and harmonizing your little corner of the field, if you even want to call it little, because that again, it's beyond little, it's beyond big. Consciousness just is. Spirit just is. You just are. And when you realize that, quantum healing and quantum joy and spontaneity is just a fact of reality. It's just reality itself. It's just what you are. You are the quantum field. You are the field of consciousness. You are the God essence. You are the spirit. And that's exactly what you are here to do, is to express that, bring awareness to that.